Ten.
Stand by to take studio.
7, 6.
Stand by camera 1, mics 1 and 2.
3, 2, 1.
Take studio.
Good morning, MCHS, and welcome to another episode of MCTV News. I'm your host, Sydney Jones.
And I'm Joy Bourgeois. On today's episode, we get a look at parent-teacher interviews by Ethan Boissonnault, as well as Brad Bullock brings us a look at the recent basketball tournament, and lastly, Piché reports on an outstanding look at the MCHS Art 9 class. And here's our top story.
As many people have winded down from the Christmas holiday, many still have a need to be home for their families. This need is well represented by the turnout for Legal's annual Family Day event, hosted in the town's local arena. From sparkle tattoos to a game of broomball, Eric Melnychuk reports on it all.
Legal Family Day is a time to sit down with your family and see wonderful events, such as skating, broomball, drinking hot chocolate, eating hot dogs, and getting sparkle tattoos. Families come here to become closer to each other and to get away from technology for a day of fun. However, this event does not happen for magic. The whole event is run by Susan Pierce. She explains what it takes to make an event like this.
A lot of preparation goes into holding our Family Day event here in Legal, and help of volunteers on the day of for everything from setup to helping serve hot dogs at our concession and our refilling our drinks. Also, people that come out and just enjoy the day. That's a big part of it.
After all this work, the families have more fun than ever at this event, which took place all day. We had a chance to sit down with parents and see what their favorite parts about the event were.
My favorite parts are probably the warm coffee to warm my belly up a little bit, but my kids love the hot chocolate, the sparkle tattoos, just getting to see all the other kids in town as well.
I've got two little boys that are big, huge hockey players, and so skating is gigantic for us. I wish that the horses were running today, but it's so cold that you can't really expect those big guys to work so hard when it's freezing outside.
Not only do kids have fun at this event, but parents get to see what their kids can do. Parents have a chance to teach their young toddlers how to skate and introduce them to new people around the community. We asked some people who attended the event why they love to bring their families here.
I like how there's a whole bunch of people that come. It's not just your family, so you can also talk about with friends, and it's also your bigger family that you can just have everybody here and we can all just hang out.
It gives them a good sense of the community and lets them see all the other faces in their community that which nowadays tend to be a little too much behind cell phones, and brings them face to face and dealing with each other and enjoying and smiling with each other as well.
The event was amazing, but many kids and parents can agree on what their favorite event was, and that was a fun game of broomball. For MCTV News, Eric Melnychuk reporting.
Lately, the weather has been very sunshiny and bright. To see if we keep getting beautiful weather, Brad Bullock is here to give us a better look at the upcoming temperatures.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's a tropical day here at MCHS. I'm actually not going to talk like a surfer dude because that'd be really dumb. It's 4 degrees up in Whitehorse and -6 in Yellowknife. For our northern territories, that is pretty nice up there. It is 7 degrees in Vancouver, a beautiful 3 with a lot of sun in Regina, and 1 with sun and clouds in Winnipeg. Let's take a look at our eastern side of the country today. It's -25 up in Iqaluit. It's actually, they're the coldest place in the country right now. It's not nice, it's snowy, it's cold. Don't go visiting there. It's 1 degree in Winnipeg with a 4 degrees in Toronto. It's 5 degrees in Montreal, as well as 4 in Halifax, and a nice but quaint 3 degrees with sun and clouds in St. John's. Let's take a look at our provincial weather forecast. It is 4 degrees up in high level and 6 degrees in Fort Mac. It's actually sunny all across the province today. It's a beautiful day out there. It's -3 in Grand Prairie, 4 degrees hitting home here near Edmonton. It's pretty lovely out. -2 and -1 in Banff and Jasper. It's a great day for some skiing or whatever you feel like doing for your first night of spring break. It's -3 in Red Deer with a beautiful 6 degrees in all sun in Calgary, as well as 4 degrees in all sun in Medicine Hat. Let's take a look at your current conditions. It is currently 2 degrees right now here in Morinville. We got northeastern wind coming in at 10 degrees from the northeast, as well as 86% relative humidity right now, and the sun came up at 7:34 a.m. and will go down at 7:49. Aren't we loving these long, nice sunny days? It's 9 degrees on Friday tomorrow. It'll be 7 with some sun and clouds on Saturday. It kind of dips down a bit there on Sunday at 1 degree with sun and clouds. We got 5 degrees with sun on Monday. Then we start getting back up into that nice temperature on Tuesday with 7. We got 5 on Wednesday and 0 degrees with a low of -7 on Thursday. I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Brad Bullock, for the weather update. Every few months, we have parent-teacher interviews so that parents can have an update on how their children are doing in their classes. In this event, the students' parents can ask teachers questions on how they're understanding and learning the concepts. Here's Ethan Boissonneau to showcase how this process works.
Teacher interviews is a time where parents and their kids are able to come to the school and discuss their classes with the teachers.
I think it's a good opportunity for students and parents to come out to see how their kids doing in their courses and in their studies. Good chance to maybe set some goals for the course or the semester.
I try to come out every chance that we get to connect with the teachers and find out how the kids are doing.
Having this one-on-one interaction can make things a lot clearer for the parents and students, as it often will get them on the same page.
If school and home are not on the same page, then you have one group of people thinking that you should be doing this and another group of people thinking you should be doing something different. So when we come together and get on the same page, when school and home are on the same page, we're going to do great things, and that means the student's going to do great things. So if the student's not doing great, they come in here, talk to the teachers, talk to me a little bit. Chances are, if we can get on that same page, that student will do well.
This year, the Student Council decided to provide juice, tea, and coffee to the teachers at the beginning of the parent-teacher interviews, and they got a great response from the teachers.
We had a good feedback from some of the teachers last night. Mr. Lessard requested hot chocolate. However, he's not a coffee or tea drinker, so we have to add that into we had juice. We had coffee, tea, or juice, so we will absolutely consider hot chocolate for Mr. Lessard and any of the other non-coffee or tea drinkers. So.
When parents get the opportunity to meet the teachers, it creates a connection that can't be met through phone calls and emails.
It gives us a good connection with the teachers, and I guess if there's problems throughout the year, then I know that I can they know who we are, and we know who they are, to kind of make that connection to kind of help our kids.
Before school or after school, but that's not always convenient. Mornville being a smaller community, a lot of parents work out of town, so they're traveling back and forth to the city. So it's nicer to have it in the evening.
The teachers are always happy when you come out and talk to them during parent-teacher interviews and start a discussion with them. For MCTV, Ethan Boissonneau reporting.
We are pleased to have in studio today the Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, Her Honor, the Honourable Lois Mitchell. Your Honor, thank you for being with us today.
You're so welcome, Sydney.
Okay, as the Lieutenant Governor, we know you have 3 primary roles. Is there any more demanding than the others?
Well, there's 3 roles that I actually do feel are all important. However, the first one being the constitutional. Constitutional, and as everybody would know in the last really 2 days, how important that's been. So the constitutional involves a lot of different things. So it's not just signing OC bills or giving royal assent. I remember I had to do the speech from the throne. It's very important that I sign the bills. I will tell you that I know that you're interested in probably if there's anything ever that I wouldn't sign. And I will tell you that when we had the farm bill, it was a very, very controversial bill. However, I cannot sign something unless it is illegal. That's the only time. And of course, that did happen in the 30s when a lieutenant governor would not sign, but it was illegal. He had the right to say no. But for me, fortunately, everything I've signed has been legal. And believe me, the law is very important to me, and because I come from a family of lawyers, I understand law.
Okay. So what is the purpose of your visit here today?
Purpose of the visit? Oh, it's so wonderful to come here. I am so excited about this amazing school. Part of it, of course, I've heard about them because they're involved in the GROW program. And it's always, I have to say, that's been a big interest of mine for a long time, is the agriculture. But this school is amazing because it kind of unfolds all, I think everything of school should be, is what this school is all about. I will say, I have to tell you, I'm wearing my Oilers colors, but they also, don't forget, if you don't like the Oilers, they're the Oil Kings, I will say that. So, of course, I was a phys ed teacher to start with, so I'm very involved in sports and still am. But because I've got so involved in so many other things, and we have a history and hero program, you have an amazing social studies program, this school epitomizes, to me, everything that's best in a high school.
Okay, thank you. What advice would you give young Albertans about their future?
You know, I think especially when you come to a school like this, get involved. I think that there's great future for the young people of Alberta. I know there is, I know it. But you have to get involved. And part of it is, I always say, you know, anytime you get a chance to do something that you're doing, this drama, I'm going to go over it now, anytime you can be in front of an audience ever, take that chance. But be committed to anything. There's so many wonderful volunteer activities going on here. That's how I started out. You know, my first thing was really in high school, I have to say that. And I know how a great high school can really help and shape you. But take every chance you get. I always say, you know, don't blame, don't complain. Get in there, because we all have to get involved, and that's really what it's about. Get involved. Learn to listen, but more than listen, try and understand the other person's point of view. And that means being authentic. That means you don't change. You know, you know what's right. You have true values, live by them, and never be afraid to standing up for something that if you see somebody that does anything in the way of bullying or anything, in fact, anything that isn't really kind or compassionate, check yourself. So make sure that every night you reflect on, what kind of a day did I have? What did I learn today? And how can I learn to be more compassionate?
Okay, is there anything else you would like to tell our viewers?
No, I'm just thrilled to be here. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of this amazing school, but I do feel that there's great future for everybody here. I'm so absolutely delighted with the wonderful secondary, I have to tell you, institutions we have here in Alberta. I think that we should be so proud and focus on all the good things that are happening. That's why we don't have to focus on all these negative things. We can rise above that. We can do that. So I would tell you, what a great school, and I'm so excited to spend the next hour here.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome,
it was a real
Cindy.
pleasure, Your Honor.
Okay.
Coming up after the break, our regularly scheduled sports analyst, Brad Bullock, brings us up to speed on all the scores of recent games. We go over what to expect for the next few days in terms of events, and Brad once again reports on the recent JV girls basketball zones and their accomplishments. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in a few minutes.
What to choose? I'm not sure. So many options. This might take forever.
Oh, Henry!
I want one. No. Where do you think you're going?
Having trouble with your homework, Andrew? Well, you need the Easy Pad.
That was easy.
Use the Easy Pad when you're late for class.
That was easy.
Or to get out of a tight jam.
Andrew, which one? That was easy.
The Easy Pad, now available in the teacher version.
That was easy.
The Easy Pad, how easy is it?
That was easy.
Welcome back. Here to talk about the latest scores in the NHL, NBA, and MLB is our multi-time sports analyst, Brad Bullock.
Well, thanks, Joy. Last night in the NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs took down the Buffalo Sabres 4-2. Austin Matthews notched his 35th goal of the season with the win. The Canucks lit up the Senators at home last night, netting 7 goals in their 7-4 win. Tampa Bay added yet another win to their league-leading 57 in a 5-4 decision, where Nikita Kucherov scored twice in the win. And lastly, the Jets went out for a duck hunt last night as they beat the Ducks 3-0 at home in Anaheim. In the NBA, the Raptors beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 123-114 in overtime. The Thunder led a furious comeback to force the extra frame, but without Paul George, who fouled out, they could not get it done in OT. Pascal Siakam had 33 points and 13 rebounds in the win. Cleveland took down the Eastern Conference leading Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks, though, were without Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is in the front running for the NBA MVP. Joel Embiid torched the Celtics, with 37 points and 22 rebounds in the tight win 118-115. And lastly, the Miami Heat took home a crucial win in the hunt for the final playoff spot in the East, winning 110-105 over the Spurs. Dwayne Wade scored 11 points in his final matchup with the San Antonio Spurs. Yesterday in the MLB, the Blue Jays lost 8-7 to the Braves. Both Kevin Pillar and Teoscar Hernandez hit a dinger in the loss. The Astros beat the Yankees 2-1, and lastly, the Dodgers and Cubs tied 4-4. In the local sports, the MCHS senior girls basketball team won the consolation match at provincials this past weekend to claim 5th in the province. Wetaskiwin took home the provincial championship, and we'll be looking forward to another strong year of senior girls basketball next year at MCHS. Coming up next, I'll bring you a look at the JV girls basketball zone tournament, as well as some opinions about the team and what's great about playing JV. Take a look. The weekend of March 1st and 2nd saw MCHS host the JV Girls Basketball Zone Championships, bringing teams together from around the province. MCHS JV Girls member Davina Bolin has been playing basketball for 3 years now. She explains why she has a passion for basketball and what is unique about it.
Learning how to be on a team and rely on others, and having fun and doing something outside of school.
Davina and former JV boys player Robert Crane explained some positive aspects of playing JV basketball, as well as the growth that a player can make on the team.
Having that bond as a team is important because that we can play better and we can support, if the game's not going as well as we want it to, we always encourage the others to keep trying.
Became a way better player playing JV because, I didn't make senior, but I got a lot of playing time JV. So it helped me to become a better player, and it helps a lot of people to get better and just a lot of playing time there. So, Robert Crane and former JV girls member Sydney Jones explained the importance of going to support school teams such as the JV girls and the reasoning behind why they go and watch. Making plays and stuff and having fans cheer you on, it really helps. You don't feel like you're getting tired. You got the adrenaline going. It's all good. It just helps.
I go support the JV girls because I was on their team last year, and they always work really hard, and the new girls this year work really hard, and I think that they deserve people to go watch them because they just always put their heart out on the court. I asked Davina what role she wishes to embody next year on her basketball path. She responded with a very humble answer.
Just playing and being a role model to others and helping new basketball players that are on the JV, or if I make it to senior, just supporting others even though when it gets hard, and just being a team leader.
Since his playing days for the MCHS JV boys team, Robert Crane has gone on to become the senior boys team captain. He had some words of encouragement for those who may be put on JV in the years to come.
I know a lot of people don't want to play JV, but it was great. I love playing JV. Like I said, I got way better doing it, and now I became captain of the senior basketball team, so it helped me a ton. So I would just say do it, and I know you'll have fun.
After a hard-fought weekend of basketball, the MCHS JV girls ended up placing third in the zone, while Athabasca took home the zone banner. We look forward to another great year of basketball at MCHS. For MCTV News, this is Bradford Bullock reporting.
And now let's take a look at the daily announcements for the week of March 18th. Parent-teacher interviews are tonight from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. in the MCHS gym. We encourage everyone to come down for it. Spring break will begin this Friday on the 22nd. It's nice to finally get a break from all the homework and school, so try to take advantage of this chance. Classes will resume on Monday, April 1st. For these and all other school events, keep connected by listening to the daily announcements in Block 2, logging on to the school's website at www.mchs.gsacred.ab.ca, or by following school on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. As well, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching MCTV Morinville.
Throughout the school, there are many different options classes being held. One of the many is our grade 9 art class, home to many beginners learning and testing their artistic abilities every day. To show us how hard these students work and what goes into a classroom like this is Tegan Piché.
This is the MCHS art class, one of the most popular options in the building. Taught by Mrs. Tara Rochopo, students do plenty of artistic projects like drawing, painting, along with a long list of other things.
We are working on folders. We're just starting hand sketches, prepping on how do you draw hands. So basically folders and the beginning of sketchbooks. So title pages and just getting the creative juices flowing.
Tara Rochopo has been teaching this program for 17 years. Through that time, she has made the class very enjoyable for all students involved. Students would come to do art every year, not for the extra credits, but because they enjoy how Rochopo runs the course. Being in the art program, students learn many artistic skills that they can use in countless ways in their future, like architecture and design. Going into this course can open doors for students that they can't find anywhere else. Students obtain these skills through fun and unique projects like mask making to test their ability to express themselves.
Independence of my art. When I do it, I like to just go like freestyle on the paper completely. Like I like the art class. She gives me the freedom to do what I need to do.
Art has been a roaring success in MCHS, making a love of art go viral. It makes sense that students love this program. They can sit down, forget all those equations, and just draw. MCTV News, Tegan Piché reporting.
That's it for another episode of MCTV News. Make sure to join us next week when Jaden Piché brings us a coverage of the basketball pep rally. Davina Boland and Joy Bourgeois bring us a look at the phys ed class. Robert Bishop quizzes students about their knowledge of music. William Donny reports on the recent Ash Wednesday celebration. And lastly, Anna Lesberg and Skylar Boissonnault takes us into the construction classroom. All this and more on next week's episode of MCTV News. So Joy, how do you think it's all been so far? Do you really like this class? Or?
Yes, it's been great.
Okay. From all of us at MCTV News, I'm Sydney Jones.
And I'm Joy Bourgeois. Thanks for tuning in.